There are many resources to collect in Scrap Mechanic Survival. One that doesn't get mentioned often but is very useful is Beeswax. It can be collected by destroying beehives. I'm MediocreMilton, and in this video I'm going to show you what you can craft with beeswax and the best places to find beehives. If you do end up finding this video helpful, please click the like button and consider subscribing for more videos like this. Also, I do stream over on Twitch, link in the description below. Let's get started. So to start off, we're going to take a look at the craft bot. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at everything that you can use beeswax for to craft. And the first thing we're going to come across that's important is vacuum pumps. Now, vacuum pumps can be used to collect water. They can be used to collect chemicals. They can be used to plant crops as well as to harvest crops. Next up will be the water container. Water container obviously is what it is. It holds water. So you hook the vacuum pump up to it, it holds water. And you can connect these to water cannons, which is the next on our list. Water cannons can be used to either water your crops, or you can actually use them also to stun some of the bots. And now next up on the list is going to be wheels. So obviously you need wheels for your vehicles or for maybe some of your other things. Like some people use wheels when they're building their automated farming system. So you need beeswax for that. And those are the most important things. There's also a couple other things that are not as important, but you can also use it for the mannequin boot. I've used the mannequin boot. I've tried to do traps with it. It's okay. I also tried to use it on my farm bot machine that I was using to one-shot the farm bots. It didn't work nearly as well as the wheels did. Mannequin hands, don't really know there's not really much use for those, I don't feel like right now. Rubber duckies, they're just kind of, the baby duck is basically just a cosmetic at this point. And then also another cosmetic would be restroom blocks. Not sure what people are using those for because they're not really that important in survival mode. Maybe in creative they're a little bit more used, but I don't ever see anybody using them in survival. So anyway, those are the things that you can craft. Now, the main reason I'm looking for them right now is I'm trying to make my farm very large. And what I need right now is I need a bunch of vacuum pumps, and I'm going to need some more water cannons as well in order to do this entire farm. So this is the farm right now. It's pretty big. I'm only at about a third of the way of getting all the water cannons I need, and I need way more water containers and water pumps in order to put them down into this pond right here, and maybe also have to put them over in the ocean in order to water this entire thing. So with that said, let's go hop over into our car, and I'm going to show you exactly where you can find beehives. So every map is different, as mentioned many times before, and as you probably have realized. But one thing you're going to want to look for when you're looking for beehives is you want to look for rock structures like this. The large ones, not the ones you can actually harvest, but the ones that are just like natural rock structures. And as you can see, there's beeswax, there's beehives right there, and you can break those with either your hammer or with one of your guns to harvest them. So let's take care of this hay bot real quick. And now normally you probably want to save ammo, but like maybe some of the ones that are higher up are inconvenient to get to. But usually you can either reach them from the ground or by just putting your lift up. Now, as you can see, the bees are kind of, they don't really do anything. So even when you break the beehives, they just kind of sit there. I'm not sure, maybe in the future they'll actually sting you or something. So we got those. Now to reach this one, it's actually easier probably to just shoot it. So as you can see, you can actually reach these from pretty high up. Most of them fell down. And we're actually going to go get that stuff because I actually do need a lot of it. We got another A-bot here. Take care of his legs later. Now you can also usually climb up places like this, especially on these taller rocks. Now fortunately, a lot of times they're actually on much lower rocks, and we'll look for a couple of those in a minute. Because these can actually be a little bit challenging to reach, especially if you're not a parkour expert. And oops, yep, we fell. Alright, we're not going to worry about that. We'll come back and get it later. Anyway, what do we get right now? So far we got 7 from that one, plus there's 2 more up there, which we'll gather later. But more importantly, let's go look for some other places. And the one thing you're going to know is these do respawn I believe it's every one in-game day, is for what I've seen. It may be a little bit longer, but I think it's every 24 minutes. But what you need to know is you have to be actually outside of the range of where they are. So you have to be in a different chunk. Because if you're in the same chunk, they won't respawn. That guy just actually left. So let's take a look over here. Yeah, this is like one of the really good spots. You'll find these pretty often. They're kind of hidden back here. There's actually 5 of them that are each going to produce a couple. And you can collect them with the right mouse button or by just pressing E. So it looks like we got all these. So we had 7 before. Now we have 22. So this one little spot here gave 15. So they're giving about 2 to 3 on average. And like I said, these rock formations are all over the place. Definitely you want to pick up, you want to make sure, it might actually be helpful to build close to them and make sure you actually have every resource you need close by. This one's going to be a little bit more tougher to reach, but that's okay. We should be able to reach it with a lift. And actually, even if we shoot these, they might fall down to the ground. I can reach this one. I'm just going to shoot this one. This one. I can actually reach most of them. Fortunately, they do tend to fall to the ground, which is great. So I know, for example, that if I follow this road down here, there's actually a bunch of rocks that have it on it. So like this rock structure over to the right, and actually I haven't checked the one to the left, but we're going to check this one, because I did notice that a lot of times when you have rock structures that are close to the water like this, they'll actually have the beehives hidden on like the back side of them, and they're usually pretty easy to get. So there may be some back here. Let's take a close look. Maybe not, maybe so. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're right over here. So this one, we can actually put the lift here too. Interesting enough. Back up. This one's easy to get. So like these are the more easier ones to get. And I tend to just try to get the ones that are the least challenging. I guess you could probably, what you could probably do, honestly, is use one of these seats. Put a seat upside down and build where the taller ones were, like the ones that I've already not, the ones that I didn't collect. And you could actually just use the seat to get up there. That'd be much easier than trying to use the lift. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of like any other resource. If you know where they are, you can kind of just make your rounds. Like I know in some of my earlier videos, I said to try to know where the supply crates are, the little green crates that spawn near you, so that you can actually just go get them every time they respawn, which I think is like every couple days in game. You can do the same thing with the beeswax. You can literally just know where they are, and like I can farm all this, and then I know back where my other original farm was built that there's actually a bunch of them over there as well. And I can just take turns going between this set and that set, gathering them all. So yeah, those are the ones that are here. I do know that I have a bunch more over by my original farm that I could go to. And we're not going to do that right now because I think you guys got the point. Basically, you want to look for rocks like this. And they respawn, they're in the same spot, so it's not like they're not going to respawn on a new rock. And you'll know where they are, and I do believe they respawn every in-game day if you're outside of the chunk. Now, fortunately, most of these are outside the original chunk where the farm's built, because there's a chunk right here it usually loads in, I think. So, like, there's some up there we're going to grab later. There might actually be more over here. I don't remember if I checked this. And I know there's more in the forest over here. Did I get those? Yeah, I got most of those. There's more in the forest here. So those are the kind of rocks you're looking for. You don't want to look for the ones you can harvest. And you don't want to look for the long, long cliffs. Like the shorter ones like this sometimes have it, but the ones that are really long, they typically do not have it on there. So there may or may not be someone like this little one right here. Yeah, there is some here. Perfect. So just look for these rounded rocks. And like I said, check back I think it's every 24, every in-game day. So as long as you leave the chunk, like these aren't going to respawn if I stay where my farm is, but if I go back to where my other farm is, my other buildings are, they should respawn the next in-game day, and we'll end up having plenty of beeswax in order to make our farm crazy big like we want to. So anyway, if you found this video informative, please click the like button and consider subscribing for more videos like this. Also, I do stream over on Twitch. Link for that is down in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.